This podcast is about connecting dark-skinned peoples of color and African diaspora experiences from all over the world. I believe in the Pan-Africanist ideology and building a worldwide movement that aims to encourage and strengthen the bonds of solidarity between all indigenous and the diaspora. I set out on a journey, learning more about people today by engaging and listening to our stories, and as understanding our skin tone is not the only thing that connects us.
It's sad, man. Damn, I love it.
It's spiritual for me. It's spiritual for me, you know? You there? Yo. Episode 3, Jenny Tan Wildchildjae. She grew up in China but was born in Papa New Guinea. She talks about being a mixed Black and Chinese girl. As she battles coming back home, the trials and tribulations of re-assimilating back to her roots, language, and culture of the island. She then gets into the background of her work in tourism, translating, and also pursuing life as a creative. Jenny explains the different types of dark-skinned people, culture, languages, and tribes that localize throughout her country, Papa New Guinea. Please welcome Wildchildjae.
I hope I don't look crazy though.
You don't. All right. So, Jenny, we're going to begin. I want to say thank you for joining me at the Beyond Original Podcast. You feel me? Thank you for joining me for the Beyond. First of all, for the people that are listening, I want to say thank you again for joining us, Beyond Original Podcast. And we have a very special guest who is a beautiful Black queen. All right. Her name is Jenny Wildchildjae. What she does, she's the First Lady of Nimbus League, a model, beautiful model, performer, a dancer, a visual content creator, the international online influencer, Chinese television personality, and the very, very highly intelligent, fluent in multiple languages, including the hardest language in the world is probably her first language, Chinese. Everybody, I want you.
I mean, it's not my first language, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Close to Jenny. All right. Oh crap. Oh. Jenny, you froze. You okay?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay,
I'm here.
Hey.
All right. All right. Cool.
Let me say something quick. So in my country, the internet is not so good, so we might get a little bit.
You're good. Tell me how you been. Let's just go into it. How you been? How's everything?
I mean, I'm back in my country. To be honest, it's like it's a wild dream because in most of the people here who go overseas and come back, they don't really go back to their villages, to their roots.
Yeah.
They come back and like they're living in the town area and stuff like that. So when I moved back to my block, which is not my village, but my block.
No, right.
So,
no,
my parents,
I got you.
So it's like there's nobody there. It was a total empty little mountain hill, growing wild forest and shit. My neighbors who are my relatives, I mean, they didn't really come and help me build my place. So it was just literally me and my grandfather and a boy that I got from another village because he had some troubles there, and I literally kind of solved his problem.
Yes, sir.
Paid off his problem. So I took him in to come and look after me. So it's basically like he looks after me, I look after them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So looking after you, what do you mean?
Just basically it's taking care of my place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So making sure no one comes and harm me because I'm living basically in the bush. You know what I mean? Like there's nobody there. If anything happens.
I feel you. Yeah.
So you're basically taking care of me, and I'm taking care of them because like I'm paying the bills, buying the food and making prepare themselves on the rooftop. They're not hungry and clothed and stuff. So
That's dope.
it's
Well,
like a.
it's a good exchange.
Mhm.
Well, let's get right
So,
into it. Then, speaking of your block, talk to us. Let's start. Who is Jenny as a child?
word.
Wow, is she the
So I
wild
grew up.
child though that we know today?
Yeah.
So I grew up in a. I grew up in a kind of wealthy family, but I was adopted into a wealthy family, um, which is my relatives. Then I moved to China for 13 years.
So, are you mixed?
I am mixed.
So you're mixed with what?
My son, my dad is Malaysian Chinese. I never. Oh, actually, I met him. So when I was in China, life just went downhill for me, you know, and I knew I had to bounce from there real quick. So basically, I left China, you know, because my life there was like going downhill.
Oh yeah, I think a lot
So
of us too, though. A lot of us left at the same time. It was, I think it was something in the air. I don't know. A lot of people at the same time was going through shit. People were getting locked up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what was that about. Why it felt like everybody, especially the people that came during our time, were leaving at the same time.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. At that time, it was like everyone was bouncing, you know, like,
Yeah,
and I think we left at the right time. We
I think
left
so.
at the right time.
I think so.
It was a it was a time. It was a time to leave. You know what I mean?
And then you threw
I
that
love China.
amazing. You threw the last dance. You threw that one last dance. That last event. You went out with a bang.
Oh yeah. I did have a farewell party. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was fun. That was really fun. I mean, I expected more people to come, but like
it was fun.
it was
Don't worry about
perfect. It was perfect.
The right
It was
people
so much
came.
fun. Yeah. And I was super happy. You know, like I was wasted. So,
Everybody was.
it was a really good event, and I really thank everyone who came out. You know, all the artists, you know, all the performers. I really appreciate y'all for coming out. You know, and it's great that we have this small circle of entertainers and like creatives in China, and then once we head out and we start doing our own thing, you know, and then we're trying to reconnect like what we're doing now, so in one way and another. So that's, you know, that's really amazing. And then I'm sure that we all, from what we learn in China, when we go back to our place, you know, we take some of that with us, you know, and then also the Chinese mind and the way they do things, you know.
Yeah.
So me being here, and you know, I'm trying to leave off grid, you know what I mean? But like the pandemic happened, and there was shortage of people working. So, and I kind of lost my my guests because I do tourism.
Okay.
So I was like a freelance tour guide / translator / bread maker.
Okay.
I literally
No, you was
sold
doing it
bread because
all.
I was doing everything. I was teaching dance. I was teaching Chinese. You know, I did not want to get a 9 to 5. Not that it's wrong. It's just not for me. Like
I feel you.
I'm currently working as like a 8 to 5:30.
Got you.
Trust, you know, whenever people test my patience, I be telling them like, don't test me, bro. We don't test me.
Right. Okay. So let's circle back to you as a child. Okay. So
Yes.
what brings
Yes.
you? Were you a child in China?
Yeah.
Were you a child in China?
No, well, I was 10 years old, so kind of a child.
So what takes
When
you
I
to
first
China?
moved to China, well, my aunt took me to China. Basically, all my family they moved to Australia for their education. You know, like their whole family. So
Okay.
me and my sister were basically like one of the last, you know, one of the people in the family who could actually speak Chinese. Well, my other Chinese relatives, they can't speak Chinese. They speak Cantonese.
Oh,
So
really?
it was like so it's kind of ironic in a way, because so we moved to China when we were 10 years old. We were like basically just thrown into a boarding school and just like
Who is we?
had
You
to
and
live
your
it out.
sister?
Yeah, me and my sister, me and my
Okay.
older sister.
What's your
So we were
sister's
just
name?
like
Sister's name?
Jessica. Jessica.
Shout out to Jessica.
Yeah.
She has a
Hey.
great
Yeah,
clothing
she's
line.
a very successful businesswoman right now. Like, look, I'm wearing a fake hair right now, but it's my sister's business.
So
It's my sister's
okay.
business.
She sells clothes and hair.
She's a realtor, something. She sells houses.
Yeah. Okay, but I
And
remember she had a clothing line.
Yes, she did have a clothing line. I mean, she stopped because like the market is totally different. So in China, she did clothing line and
She's a hustler. She's a hustler.
Hey, it's the Chinese blood too, and then we mix it. It's mixed. It's a cocktail out here. So I'm the baby also in the family, so I take advantage of that, and I love my family.
That's dope.
So I'm super blessed.
You are.
Yes,
You are.
and I'm super blessed, and I really appreciate everybody. Like even meeting you guys, like meeting everybody in this, like in my lifetime has been really meaningful to me. And then when I go back in my block where I have nothing, literally like I just came down so I could do this interview with you, because if I go to the block, I don't have internet, I have nothing, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. No, I
so
feel you.
I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, oh, I can't go to the block this weekend because I have to go and do an interview real quick. But if I went to the block, I can only go on Saturday because on Sunday there's no car. And even though living in the block is also really I'm also a stranger there because I'm mixed, and and I also my family background, it doesn't really help me from the situation that I'm in living in the block, because when people see me, they don't see me like Jenny from the block, they see me as Jenny the rich kid, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So they connect me with my family and all that. So I always try to remind them, because I take the PMV with them, you know what I mean? So I try to remind them, like, look, if I had everything, like if my parents, like, if I was like whatever you're saying that I am, I would not be sitting in this PMV with you.
I feel you.
Yeah. So I make them understand that I'm one of them. I'm trying to, because they speak my mother tongue, and I can hear a bit. I'm practicing it. I'm trying to learn the mother tongue.
Okay.
So I can understand a bit. So when they're speaking, and I'm just like literally just next to them, just listening, and then I stop them in their conversation, and I'm like, it's all a lie. Whatever you heard is not true.
So Jenny,
Yeah,
so at 10, you're in China?
Yeah.
Yes, I was in China in boarding school at 10, and I
How was
lived
that
there.
experience? How was boarding school?
Oh, boarding school, man! Like we were basically the only black kids in the whole school. The whole school. There was like thousands of kids all in boarding school from kindergarten up to grade 12, and in college next door. So we was the only black kid in the whole school. Now I was super outgoing, so they made use of that. You know what I mean? Like, got me on all the shows. Got me on the papers. Get me as an advertisement. All that stuff. And then the best part of it is that we spoke Chinese like from a young age. When we went there, we didn't speak any Chinese, but after learning in the school, our Chinese became good, and then it became really good. So they would always like, finesse of that, just use that to their max. So I mean, I didn't mind at all. So
Right.
So it was going to school was really fun. It was so lit. I mean, we did a lot of bad stuff. Not too bad. just not too bad. But
give me something. Give me something. What's not too bad? What's not too bad? Give me something.
So we weren't allowed. Okay, for once, we were hustlers. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So I stayed in school like Monday till Sunday, And sometimes, so I'd buy like a bunch of food and I'd stick it in my suitcase because I had this huge suitcase, you know. I was tiny, I was short as hell, you know, because I didn't eat a lot. But when I went to school in China, I was forced to eat a lot because if I didn't finish my food, I couldn't watch TV. So I grew a lot growing up in China. Because I had to eat a lot of rice and I had to finish my food so I can watch them TVs. So, but in school, when I was stuck in school, there was no canteen or anything like that. It was just like really strict. Wake up at 6:30 or 6, about 6 in the morning. We clean the rooms, and then like I was an athlete, so we had to wake up at 5 and we had to go run laps, you know, in the morning. So I was in the basketball team, I was in the volleyball team.
What? Jenny, you play basketball?
Taekwondo. I was in basketball team. Yeah. Even though I'm short, I was the defense, you know, running back and forth. Because you know I was the only black girl, and to them Chinese, the black girl is a basketball player. So you know what? I never played basketball my whole life, but I was there running, blocking everybody like.
That's dope. So, okay, keep going.
But after that, but I was in Taekwondo first, but I broke my leg. I was fighting with some kids, and they were hella tall, big guys. So I'm good with my right foot, but I was not good with my left foot. So my coach was like, use your left foot, I won't give you any points. So I'm there like kicking with my left foot, and then I broke my feet and like my bones on the side.
Ouch.
I didn't know. And then I had to walk down eight floors.
Damn.
And the same night I was fighting with some Chinese kids because the boys were like black, they call me Black Ghost. And when I was growing up, it was something. So they would call me Black Ghost.
Yeah. So can you tell me something? I worked at an English teaching company.
Nope.
I shouldn't even be giving them any credit right now, but I don't like. but anyway, they basically I had a Japanese girl who worked there, and they call her Japanese Ghost. So what is the word ghost in China? What does it mean? Ghost. Yeah. Okay. Gui. So, right. But is it a negative thing?
It depends who is it coming from. You know, like if it comes from your friend, then it's not really negative. You know what I mean? But to them, it's more like when they call you like, hey, Gui, it's like them calling you nigga.
Damn.
Sorry.
Oh.
But it's
nah, you say whatever you want to say.
So it's basically them calling you the N-word.
You don't even want to say nigga no more.
The N-word. I mean, okay, so because I respect it, you know what I mean? Because even though I'm black, but we're Pacific Islanders, it's a bit different, you know. So we have to respect that.
But that's why we make this. That's why I made this podcast, right? Because of people like you. We need to know the different black experiences so we could connect more. Black Americans need to know that they have people in different places of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yesterday I went to this party and I saw an African guy, and that was like, whoa, African guy. That's so rare. You know what I mean? Like, even though there's like everybody's all sorts of black here, but you can totally tell a difference between like a Papa New Guinean and an African guy.
Yeah,
you know, because
exactly.
in my country we have all sorts of black. Like we have like the Bougainvilleans. They're like really dark black. Their skin is so beautiful. Like their skin shines.
Yeah.
Bro. It shines. Like it has a natural glow. So. Everybody there, they're super beautiful, you know. But then they're like really dark and beautiful. Like they can be like black, blue, like this type of black. Like they can be really dark.
That's amazing.
Yes, really dark, but very beautiful.
You saying some real good stuff right
very
now.
rich. Yeah. So they're like very their land is you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We also have you know Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Michael B. Jordan, yeah, he had
Yeah.
the cuts. So
Yes.
that's I'm just saying that's from my country. I'm just saying
Okay.
Hey, but
because we
you
have
go ahead.
because we have this. Sorry, my bad. We have a people from the Sipik River. Sipik. So they do initiations for when a boy turns into a man. They have an initiation, and then they have to cut their skin according to like the crocodile.
Wow.
So their river, yes. So I would love to show you, but at the moment I have no Sipik guy. But it's every Sipik boy into male has to go through this initiation into the
Wow.
tribe. So
You know, a
so
lot
they
there's
get
African cultures that do the same thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have so they have these cuts at the back that initiate, and each cut has a meaning. You know, like all the cuts have a meaning, and they have like a strict ritual that they have to go through. In my place, so my in my tribe, my tribe, yeah, my people, we're the Tolai people, and in our initiation, I wouldn't know because I'm a woman. So we have our sacred initiation where the male goes into the house tambaran, where it's like a very taboo to women, and then we can't even get close, you know, like we can't even be this close. So we have to be like stand afar and watch the tumbuans walk. As they walk by, all traffic will stop. Like it's like a really sacred spirit in our culture as a Tolai. So in my countries we're very diverse. So
Say it again. You froze again.
in my country we're very diverse,
Yeah.
So we have one of the most languages in the world. Like we have so many languages, like we can't even, like, there's some certain languages where only like a handful of people can speak, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
So we're very diverse, like and
Have you ever
even
been have you ever been initiated as a woman?
no, once I'm born, I'm automatically part of my mother's family. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if I'm a man, I need to be initiated into like the tarayu, which is like I don't know how to say that, but it's like it's a sacred ritual that the man goes through to become the boy goes through to become a man.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
There's nothing
So
for women
that's
for girls to become a woman?
I'm not sure about that one. I don't think we have one, but I might be
maybe
wrong.
maybe you're too Chinese now.
Yeah, like I lived in China for quite. Sorry, I'm just switching off the.
No,
AC.
do whatever you want to do.
Yes. So yeah, I've been in China for like 14 years. So I'm basically just reconnecting with my roots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Does it feel good though?
That
Does
was
it feel
part
good?
of me. It does.
Because I remember
been
you,
amazing.
I remember you talking to me about it before you left, and saying you doing
Yes.
everything that you said you were gonna do.
Everybody ain't me.
Yes. I am doing everything that I said I was gonna do, and like at the moment, like, wow, everybody in my journey that I've met once I left China was putting into my journey. You know what I mean? Like, they helped me through. Like once I arrived here, I met this guy. He's a man.
Okay.
I met him, and he knew. No, not in that way. Like he knew like all the customs, traditions, culture. So he became my advisor. So he's like my advisor. So he follows me everywhere, and then he tells me the not to do's and to do's and not to do's. You know what I mean? So in my country, it's a bit like how would I say it? People here are very down to earth.
Yes.
Yeah. And things that we just kind of started getting into modernization.
Yeah.
We're just starting to get into modernization. like there's some parts in my country that's never watched TV in their life. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we just
Okay, so you needed a translator coming back, or you said you needed a guide? Okay.
I needed, because I can't, as a girl, as a woman, for me to just be walking around these places alone is a no-no. Not saying it's very dangerous. It's more like I am, like, wherever I go, all eyes are on me. One, because I'm mixed.
So you clearly look different.
Two, I clearly look different here.
Oh, you froze.
Know me, but you know, people. It's a small town.
Say that one more
town.
time. I'm sorry, you froze. Say that one more time.
Oh, word. So we're in a small town. Yeah, we're in a small town. So, like,
I mean, and you're not ugly.
know.
You're not ugly.
I'm not ugly. I'm not.
You know?
Thank God I'm not ugly. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like,
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, it would be a situation where, you know, I'm sure many people are staring at you, right?
Yeah, and too, because I'm kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, the way I dress, it's not normal. It's not normal. Like, people in the beginning, people thought I was a bit crazy, a bit of a. Because you know what I did was I was against plastic. I mean, I'm still against plastic, but so what I would do is when I walk on a road, and my thing is that I can't stop and pick all the trash. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna take, you know, ages. You know what I mean? So what my thing is, when I walk on the road, and if there's a plastic in my way, then I'll pick it up.
谢谢.
So that was my thing.
So, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Right, but here, you know, people here, they don't know about, like, they only know that, like, oh, the garbage picker will pick it up, you know, but we don't have a lot of garbage picker or volunteers that do this stuff. So and two, because like
So
I mean, it's not I'm not saying like we're just starting to modernize. It's just like we're like baby steps, you know what I mean? Like, we're just starting to walk.
Yes, sir.
I got you.
If that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
So I hate it. Sorry, I have to go switch off the fan because it's really bugging me.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. So yeah, baby steps. Like, let's say just 14 years ago, 14 years ago, let's say 12 years ago, we were just using the black and white phones, you know, the trap phones. You know, the tiny phones.
Oh, yeah, Nokia phones.
Yeah, and at that time, like, let's say, I think it was roughly 10 years, 12 years ago, we were still using landlines. I mean, up to this day, we're still using landlines, but now more people have phones. Yeah.
Right.
And but then it's not like everywhere has connection. Like, certain areas, like I said, if I go back to the block, I have no signal there.
Okay, I got
So
you.
I'm off grid. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just like 1 hour away.
I see. Speaking of China
From town.
modernizing, when you went to China as a child, talk to me about who was Jenny as she was in high school.
你好.
Man, I was so like I said earlier, when I went to school, we was the only black kid. So we were basically like kind of taken care of really well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were really taken care of. Shout out to my school.
谢谢.
Shout out to the
For me
school.
becoming-
Shout out to Jenny's school.
Yeah, shout out to the school, man. Yeah, the Kwame International School. For me becoming who I am today, like, that school really shaped me a lot. You know, like, I had a lot of freedom. I was basically entertaining all the time. When I was in school, I was always on stage. I was always performing somewhere.
1 2 1
So,
2.
I had like a lot of fun times.
What city is this? Still in Shanghai?
No, this was in Guangzhou.
So you grew up
in the
in
south side.
so did you grow up in Guangzhou? You grew up in Guangzhou?
Yes. Yes, I spent 10 years of my life in that school.
So
that one
makes
school.
wow.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense though. Because I remember you always having a lot of people in Guangzhou.
Yeah, so I grew up there, and I would fly back and forth. I mean, when I moved to Shanghai, because we have a house there. Like my parents bought a house for us there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we'd be doing boarding school, but like on Fridays. So in our school, yeah, we used to go to school, like, let's say we wake up 5 o'clock because I was an athlete. So 5 o'clock in the morning, we wake up, we go do our runs, whatever, blase. And then 7 o'clock, it was 7 o'clock or something. I think it was 7 o'clock, we had breakfast. And then I think it was only 30 minutes of breakfast. So 7 to 7:30, we had to finish all our food. And then we had to go back to school. Our class starts at 8, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So 7:75. Class started at 8. Then we finished school at 12, lunch, and then we have 2 hours of sleep. You must sleep. It was like 2 hours of nap. Then 2 o'clock, we wake up, go back to school till the afternoon, 5 o'clock. Then we have a break again, go shower, eat. And then class starts at 7 o'clock. Some people have like extra curriculums, activities during that time. So they either go and learn to play piano or do this and that and whatever it is they need to learn. And then we'd go back to class again at 7, and then we finish school at 10 at night.
Damn. Wow.
So that was our day. Yeah.
I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first time listeners, last time listeners, first time viewers, last time viewers. This is your boy Uche Sam coming in real correct. Beyond Original Podcast is me, and I love the fact that people have been working with me through this process. Like Journey, if you've been following me on Instagram, Chief Sam Hustle, I've been showing real snippets of people showing great moments and really enjoying times with new friends, old friends, and everybody in between. I say, if you with me, you are locked into the game with me. This channel is for you. This channel is for the people, the dreamers. This channel is for the daredevils, the risk takers, the people who prevail through trials and tribulations of the world, the people who go in. You don't take no for an answer. You don't take no for an answer, and I love it. Beyond Original is an idea that we are uniquely ourselves, and every experience we have is unique to us, right? This is for the people who are able to really understand the words I am, and if you know the words I am is we are God. And if you don't make your dreams come true, it's literally your choice. Literally your choice. And if you make your dreams understand who you are, you may be able to see that maybe it's something that you didn't want in the first place, and you could finally come out through these stories to see where you stand in your own life. However, in the words of Earl Nightingale, whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish with repetition and emotion will one day become reality. I believe in the idea of the Moors, the melanated people, dark people from all different walks of life, being able to connect from one place to another, from China to Bermuda, to Burundi, to Papa New Guinea. All right? This is for you. The awesomeness of the individual, from the mainstream to the small screen on your YouTube TV. Thank you. Stay locked in. Lock Journey. We got something special for y'all. I hope you like it. Peace.